very different use. Photography enthusiasts have turned it into a social media studio. Tom Walsh has the story.
I think a lot of the time people come up here, it's to express themselves in some way. They like an urban background because if you think of what's considered urban, there's a lifestyle and culture connected to it.
Christopher Chung works in a pretty standard office with a pretty standard view of a pretty standard parking lot. But what he didn't know was that his office was overlooking a popular Instagram hotspot.
Whenever I work here, sometimes I hear sounds, so people laughing or people shouting at one another. So when I looked outside, I saw a lot of people who I guess were Instagrammers because they would have their phones with them. They would have really nice DSLRs with them.
That's when Chris decided to go outside for himself and see what all the fuss was about.
Yeah, the first time I went out, I didn't really, think anything special of it. But then on Instagram, I saw somebody who had come out to do an engagement shoot, and so they had the bride and groom to be just outside. When I first saw that engagement shoot, I was like, wow, I guess people really, for a view that doesn't look too special to me, other people might see it in a different way.
Since then, Chris has set up a page on Instagram called Lot Spotting, where he logs the many bizarre and wonderful things he encounters outside his window on a regular basis.
One time I saw 4 guys, they all had black bomber jackets, and they drove a Ferrari up to the top of this parking garage. And then they also took a puppy out, and then they were posing the puppy in front of the Ferrari. And I decided to get a photo of that. That was one of the first photos I took on this rooftop.
Urban exploring for Instagram-worthy hotspots is no new phenomenon. Cities across the country all have their favourite social media spaces, but it's the secret ones which Chris believes are the most sought after.
I think it's just because it's a little bit off of the path, off of the street. So people like that it's a bit hidden. There's not too many cars here, and then they have the freedom to just take their time to stage a shot.
So if you're looking for that perfect Instagram pic, or maybe just a new perspective on your city, look no further than your local rooftop parking lot. I'm Tom Walsh in Vancouver for City News.